Hello, I'm Eric Apple, Principal and Founder of Eric Apple Law. Welcome to another edition of our Blogpod. Today, we're talking about planning tips for singles. People arrive at singleness in different ways, whether they have never been married or it's through divorce or widowhood. It may even be the changes in the way couples today view marriage. These singles may have children, while others do not. The 2013 United States Census indicated that 54% of women over the age of 65 were not married. The figure for men over 65 was 27%. Many people assume that estate planning is for married couples because couples include spouses who rely on each other, or because couples need to make plans for their children. Singles, on the other hand, may not need a will to provide protection for anyone else. Instead, they need to focus on their own protection and lay the groundwork for allowing someone else to make financial and medical decisions on their behalf, if they are not able to do so. They may need to spend a bit more time thinking about where their assets would pass at death, because there may be no clear set of beneficiaries. Estate planning needs for singles can be quite different from those of married couples, and according to an article in the Wall Street Journal, many singles are unprepared for retirement. A RAND Corporation study showed that 20% of married couples will not save enough for retirement, whereas 35% of single men and 49% of single women will enter retirement financially unprepared. Why is there such a large disparity? One reason is that there are factors working to lower singles' income and investable resources. The cost of living for a single person is not 50% of that for a couple. A more realistic figure is between 60 and 80%, unless the single downsizes his or her home or finds a roommate. In fact, research by the AARP indicates 40% of adults do in fact consider taking on a roommate or boarder. In addition, singles often cannot take advantage of tax breaks, such as filing jointly, that are available to married couples. Singles may also feel a greater need to purchase expensive long-term care insurance because there is no spouse or child to serve as caretaker in an emergency or over the long term. Another factor that can leave singles constrained at retirement is the gender pay gap. While employed, women earn only 83% of what men earn and receive only about 80% of the retirement income most men receive. While that pay gap exists no matter what marital status a woman holds, having one less household income due to divorce or the death of a spouse can seriously impact a woman's ability to save as much as she needs for retirement. For retirees who have recently gotten divorced, there can be other challenges as well. Assets like alimony and life insurance become less reliable sources of income. Alimony payments designed to cover a former spouse for life may disappear if the former spouse who is making them passes away. In the case of life insurance, owners of the policy name the beneficiaries. Singles who don't own a shared policy may find themselves without any benefits at all if an ex-spouse changes the beneficiary designation. It's important to note, however, that there may be certain benefits available to divorcees, such as eligibility for an ex-spouse's Social Security benefits. If the marriage lasted 10 years or more, the divorced spouse can receive these benefits even if his or her ex-spouse has remarried, with no impact to the ex-spouse's benefits. Given the unique planning challenges faced by singles, there are a few key areas singles should make time to address. Firstly, an estate plan. While an estate plan can cover various components, taking time to start is the first step in taking care of your own best interests. If you have assets, working on an estate plan will also help ensure that the money goes where you want, and your first priority is yourself and making sure your assets work for you to provide you with a level of comfort throughout your later years and in the event you require long-term care. Next, put a durable power of attorney and healthcare proxy in place. A durable power of attorney is for your financial affairs, whereby you appoint someone to act on your behalf if you become incapacitated. It's an important component of estate planning for single people. Without these documents, a court would need to appoint someone to handle important financial decisions for you. That could delay access to bank and investment accounts and make it difficult to access the money needed to pay bills. A medical power of attorney, also known as a healthcare proxy, is a good starting point for making sure you have designated someone to act on your behalf to make medical and healthcare decisions. This spells out precisely what types of interventions you agree to if you're not able to communicate your wishes. These documents must be in place to allow the persons of your choosing to help medical personnel carry out your wishes. The courts will give priority to spouses and children when a person does not have a will or documentation regarding who should make their decisions when they are unable to. However, if a single individual doesn't have these relatives or paperwork stating who should be in charge, the decision is left to the courts. Choosing a local person that is trustworthy to make these choices if you are incapacitated is one of the most important points your estate plan should cover. Lastly, it's important to identify heirs and beneficiaries. For married people, spouses and children are natural heirs. However, a will is a must for anyone, because if there is no will, in New York, the surrogate court will rely on state law to determine the order of inheritance. In addition to a will, make sure to have the right beneficiary designations on your life insurance, retirement, and bank accounts to reflect your current wishes. If you were previously married, your ex may still be a beneficiary on some accounts, or you may have named a friend with whom you are no longer in contact. Those designations override any instructions in your will. For other assets you leave behind, maybe you'd like to start a college fund for someone, or leave money for your pet to ensure they are well taken care of after you pass, or maybe leave money to colleges, charities, or organizations. When you make a plan, you make sure your wishes are carried out. Life circumstances change, so even if you have an estate plan in place, you may need to update your estate planning documents to reflect your circumstances as they evolve. Having an updated estate plan can help ensure that you and everything you've worked so hard for is protected. It's important to consult with an experienced estate planning attorney. If you are single, we welcome the opportunity to design a plan to meet your particular needs. Stay tuned for our next blog pod, and in the meantime, if you'd like to find out more about estate planning, please feel free to visit our website at ericappellaw.com, where you can learn more, give us a call, or drop us a note. Until next time, thank you for joining us here. Please like, subscribe, and share so we can help you and your loved ones become more informed and we can work together to live more powerfully into the future.